Hello, everyone. Let's talk about something that sits right at the very heart of our families, of our communities. It's what we call the hidden gap in disaster preparedness. It's a space that, honestly, most of us never even see until it's far too late. So let's look at it together.
You know, this quote, it says it all, doesn't it? The plans we hear about, the advice we're given, it often just doesn't match the reality of our busy, complicated lives. We always think, I'll get to it later. But the thing is, later sometimes never comes.
Okay, let's talk about a reality that is so often overlooked. I want you to picture someone. We all know her. She's our mother, our sister, our auntie, our neighbor. Her day starts long before the sun even thinks about rising. And before she's even had her first cup of tea, she's already holding the entire day for everyone in her head. She's the one who keeps it all together.
And then, imagine this. In the quiet of the night, maybe 2 a.m., everything just shatters. The phone buzzes with an alert, maybe there's a siren. The message is terrifyingly clear. Floodwaters are coming. You must get out. Now.
Now, for some people, the reaction is simple. Keys, wallet, out the door. But for her, the woman we were just picturing, it's just not that simple. With everyone else depending on her, she has to pause. And in that one moment, that little pause, that's where the danger lies.
So this is what we're talking about today. This is the hidden preparedness gap. It's that space between the instruction, evacuate now, and the complicated reality of a caregiver who can't just up and leave on her own. This gap is where vulnerability truly begins.
And the cost of this gap, it is just heartbreaking. The numbers from disasters all over the world show us that women and children can be up to 14 times more likely to lose their lives than men. Let me say that again, 14 times. That's a statistic we simply cannot ignore.
And we need to be very, very clear about why this happens. It is not because she's weak or because she doesn't care about her own safety. No. It is because the official plans themselves are often broken. They are designed for a single person who can just get up and go, not for the person who is making sure everyone else can get up and go.
Because in that moment of crisis, this is what is really happening in her mind. This mental checklist, it just starts running automatically. Okay, what will the children eat? Where did I put the nappies? Gogo's blood pressure medicine. We cannot forget Gogo's medicine. What about sanitary supplies? It's a list that many of us know all too well.
Right. Now this next part is so important. We have to see this situation for what it truly is. This is about strength, not weakness. That deep, deep sense of responsibility, that instinct to put everyone else first, that is not a flaw, it is a superpower.
Exactly this. Caring for others is not a weakness. It is strength and love in action. In our communities, this is everything. This is the value that holds us all together. It's the foundation of our families, of our neighborhoods. It's everything.
So that brings us to a really important question, doesn't it? Instead of creating plans that just ignore her reality, that work against her very nature, what if we did the opposite? What if we built our plans around her to support that incredible strength?
And that leads us to a simple but very powerful solution. It's a practical idea called the Triple S logic, and it's designed specifically to close that hidden gap we've been talking about. It's actually beautifully simple. The first S is for screen. This means you get the knowledge. You find out what's happening from the radio or maybe that WhatsApp group for your street. The second S, now this is the most important one, is street. You don't keep that information to yourself. You share it. You check on your neighbors. You make sure the family with the new baby knows. You check on the elderly go-go down the road. And the third S is safety, because you prepare together, as a street, as a community.
And you see the beautiful ripple effect this has, don't you? When she is prepared, her whole family is prepared. And when one family is ready, and the next, and the one after that, well, the entire community becomes strong, resilient.
So, what does this actually look like when a disaster strikes? Let's compare the two realities, side by side. Panic versus preparedness.
Okay, so on one side you have panic. The alert goes off and it's just chaos. You're scrambling, trying to think, throwing things in a bag. All this does is create delay, and you finally leave with that horrible sinking feeling of worry in your stomach. But now, picture preparedness. The alert sounds, you calmly pick up a bag that's already packed, and you leave. Right away. Not with worry, but with confidence. The difference is just night and day.
Now, it's one thing to talk about all of this, but it is the doing, the action, that actually saves lives. So let's make this real. Let's talk about the one simple thing you can do today
to make that shift from panic to preparedness. Here it is. Prepare an emergency bag. And please, you don't need to go out and buy special things. Just use what you already have in your home. The important thing is to give yourself a timeline. Say to yourself, I will do this by the end of the weekend, or I will do it by the end of the month. Just please do it now while things are calm. Don't wait for the alert.
As we've been going through this together, I have a question for you. Who came to your mind? As I was speaking, whose face did you see? Was it your mother? Your sister? Your wife? Maybe that auntie down the street who was always looking out for everyone. I'm sure someone came to your mind.
Because in the end, understanding is one thing, but action is what saves lives. The woman you're thinking of right now, she does so much for everyone else. She deserves our support. She deserves to be safe. Thank you for your time.